And that is now
we don't have
twice that Joey started recording without expecting it.
We don't have the music in here either.
Oh, it's fine. I'll add it in the edit.
Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laughing till the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.
Welcome back to Cutscenes. I'm your host today, Alex. I like long walks on the beach and cuddles with Joey, and I'm joined by Jimmy Fitzgerald.
Hello.
And Joey Fitzgerald.
Hello, I'm Jamie Fitzgerald.
No. Today, we're here to talk about
A Canadian.
that I had to fight Joey to get on the docket because it's not technically a movie based around a video game, but it incorporates video game themes and has 700,000 video game references. I am, of course, talking about the 2018 American sci-fi action film Ready Player One. Great film. So this, as I mentioned, is a 2018 film. It was co-produced and directed by Steven Spielberg, and it is based on the Ernest Cline movie of the same name. One thing that I found out while researching this a little bit is Cline, the novel's author, was actually a writer on this film to keep it sort of tied up. What I think we tend to find a lot of the time with this series is video game movies are very often have no involvement from the companies that made the video games. It's usually a load of execs who don't know what they're talking about, making very, very poor movies like Resident Evil. So, this is going to be a bit of a question for Joey as a film student in the past.
Get wrecked, Tim.
Tim's audio. Tim does the hard work. This is the
Tim, what's your degree?
Digital film production, specialising in audio engineering and sound design.
all right. Then it's to be
Alex,
honest,
you've dabbled in animation, haven't you?
I've dabbled, yeah. Right, so development for this film began in 2010 when Warner Brothers acquired the rights to the book. Spielberg was signed on to the movie 5 years later in 2015. Since he got signed on in July 2015, by September, casting was done. Filming began on June 6, 2016, and was completed by September 2016, so it was 3 months of filming. That is my question to you two as film people. Does that sound about right for a film production?
Yeah. I actually have
One with this much CGI, I think, makes a lot of sense.
I actually have a fun fact about this as well, on the topic of my degree in this film. Someone who was in my class at university, and I worked on a number of projects with them, was actually one of the key trailer editors for this film.
Wait, you knew Steven Spielberg?
I didn't know Steven Spielberg, no.
He knew Steven Seagal.
Yeah. Part Seagull.
That's Seagal. All Seagal.
Yeah.
All Seagull, all the time.
All the time. But no, I mean, yeah, that seems about right. I mean, it's a large-scale film with a heavy use of CGI, and that kind of processing is expensive, it's time-consuming, it takes a whole team of people to do it.
Yeah, well, it's just the 3 months from start to finish for filming. That seemed really quick to me, but then I don't really have a point of reference for it.
No,
which is why I put it to the experts.
I think if you think about the film itself, a lot of it, I would say 65 to 70% of it is CGI.
Yeah.
Like all CGI. I think the filming dates probably wouldn't have captured the work done on CGI and motion capture and things like that. But the stuff in person, 3 months seems about right.
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose
the first feature I ever worked on in the States, we were on set shooting around Austin for about 2, maybe 3 months.
When did you do your softcore comedy porn?
That was when I was at uni. That was over the course of 2 days.
Oh, you were the fluffer, right?
Yeah.
Good.
This film had a budget of about $155 million and made $608 million, so pretty good going. I wish I'd looked into it a bit more. I would have loved to have seen how much of that budget will have gone on the special effects, because for the people who've watched this film, it is special effects heavy. It's very special effects heavy. To the point that there were actually 3 studios that did the special effects for this film. We had the industry giants that are Industrial Light and Magic, who are obviously known for Star Wars, Dark Crystal. Didn't know this, but they also did the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Then we had Digital Domain, who have done things like the Sonic movies and a lot of Marvel and DC films. And then someone I've never heard of called Territory Studio, who were responsible for Dune, Pacific Uprising, and Prometheus. So
Big scale stuff. A lot of big scale.
a lot of big industries working on this film. And just the amount of money they must have spent for the licenses for everything that they reference in this, because this is one of those films where if you can think of a pop culture reference, it is in there somewhere. You know, you've got Canada's Bike from Akira, you've got the DeLorean, the Iron Giants in there. There is just a lot of references.
Good ones, though. I think what this film did, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more with its references, there's a risk when you get big references in a film that they go, whoa, bloogie woogie woo, this is the thing that we're talking about. Look at this big logo. Remember this. I think Ready Player One played it really cool and had like stuff happening in the background, and you had to look for a lot of the references. So some of the less hidden ones. So, for example, the main character's car was the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They never went, oh, I'm going into this race and my car is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. He just threw it down. It was the DeLorean and he got it in and carried on. And I thought that was a really good thing.
Even so far as product placement that isn't to do with pop culture references, we obviously remember from the Monster Hunter movie, the Hershey's reference, which was so horrifically in your face. But in this film, there is a product placement for Pizza Hut.
It's
a drone delivers Pizza Hut, and it's a background thing, but it's enough that you notice it and you go, "Oh, I could go for a pizza." Well, no one's ever thought I could go for a Pizza Hut.
That's called subliminal
I disagree.
messaging.
Pizza Hut is head and shoulders above a lot of other
Pizza Hut's fine.
Fuck you, Domino's. You're awful.
Domino's is shit.
Domino's is crap.
Yeah.
Thank God Domino's didn't go in this film. Right. Let's do I've got quick points of the movie plot. So we'll go through that. Any point you want to jump in and say something you enjoyed?
Don't forget to think about where you want Christopher Walken.
Yeah, don't forget that. But yeah, any point you want to interrupt me, just do it, preferably with a swear word. So, we start with the introduction to the Oasis. We're in 2045, and it is a dystopian hellscape in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know how Columbus is at the moment, but Tim?
It's like that now.
It's like that now. So this is actually a factual movie based 20 years in the future. Society escapes the harsh realities of the world because the world's just gone. They'd mentioned that there's a corn syrup war and a bandwidth war. It's gone to hell in a handbasket, basically. And everyone is, much like we do with video games now, going to the Oasis to escape reality. And this is a vast virtual reality created by the late tech genius James Halliday. At one point in the movie, he gets referred to as sort of the new Steve Jobs on a newspaper clipping. So think that kind of level of tech genius, if you want. So before dying, Halliday announces a contest. Whoever finds 3 keys hidden in his Oasis and completes the final challenge will inherit his fortune and control of the Oasis. So this has become the key focus for most of the people in the Oasis. Now, it's worth mentioning that it's not just the Oasis isn't just a massive video game. People work there, people go to school there. There's actually quite a lot of reference in the actual book to the schools that are replacing real life schools. So it's a world within VR, really. We then go on to meet the protagonist of our movie, Wade Watts, also known as Parzival in the Oasis. He's a poor teenager living in what is called the Stacks of Columbus, Ohio. So it's basically, imagine a high-rise building, but rather than it being a structurally sound concrete thing, it is trailers stacked on top of trailers with a bit of scaffolding. It is rickety at best. He is in the Oasis. He is what is known as a gunter, which is an egg hunter, and he's obsessed with 80s pop culture and Holiday's life. And he wants to win the contest. Now, at this point in the movie, he wants to win the contest because he wants money. Joey?
I don't have anything to add for the story. I think you're telling it very well, but Tim has a big smile on his face, like he's trying not to laugh at something, and I want to know what it is.
It was the word gunter.
Gunter, it's an interesting choice.
Gunter.
Yeah, Gunter. But that's what it is. It's an Easter egg hunter. I don't know why it wasn't, and why they went Gunter, I suppose, because you can't call it an e-hunter or an egg hunter, because that sounds
It could
silly.
be Canadian,
So
it could be an A-hunter.
Totally derailed by Tim's stupidity.
Oh, I have a lot more coming up.
We move on to the first key. Now, this is Tim.
So I don't think you've mentioned the corporation that's trying to also...
That is the next step after this, Tim, because they've not been introduced yet.
Joey.
IOI. I love it's called IOI because there's an actual studio called IOI.
So, what Tim is alluding to here is the evil corporation in this world called IOI, which stands for Innovative Online Industries. They are an evil corporation whose only interest is taking over the Oasis. And the reason they want to take over the Oasis is to pump it full of adverts and make money out of it. Because at the minute, per Holiday's design, the Oasis is free. As long as you can afford to get yourself a VR headset, entry to the Oasis doesn't cost you anything. Tim?
It doesn't need to be an entirely VR setup. We see people on computers doing it, which begs the question, why don't IOI do that? It'd be significantly cheaper.
Because, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason.
We see people on Omni treadmills and it's really expensive and impractical.
It's immersion, Tim. Anyway, we get to the first challenge, which is... So, at this point in the film, someone has already discovered the first challenge. The problem is no one can complete it. It is a race. It is a race through a course that is just littered with trouble. You start with bollards coming up, and then there's explosives. There are turrets, and then there is the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park films that starts chasing people, and then Kong turns up and starts wrecking shop. Now, the Kong section is the bit that everyone fails at. This is the bit no one ever gets past Kong, and it's been 5 years of that. Parzival, somehow, through reliving Holiday's memories, realizes that the trick to win the race is to go backwards very, very fast. Tim?
Why did so he discovers that he can do this by going to the parts of the museum of the guy who invented the Oasis, and the guy is basically like, lol, go backwards to go forwards. So Parzival does it. Why have none of the 7 billion people on Earth, not one of them, thought to go backwards on a race in a video game?
Well, I'm not sure why, but the point is the scene from... So what we should mention is the Holiday archives, or the Holiday journals, as they're called. It is every single piece of information about James Holiday that ever existed, every single recording, every single chat, everything. The scene that clue comes from is fairly innocuous. It's him talking to his co-creator, Ogden Morrow, about just some random bullcrap. But Parzival looks at that and he goes, "That's the key," and enters a race and decides, "I'm going to go backwards." This is also the moment where we meet the love interest of the film, Artemis. Tim.
Sorry, I'm interrupting again. Why would no one who's playing the game who is looking for clues set out by the creator of the game not go to the museum, which is basically a diary of the creator, for any information?
Tim, you saw the size of the museum.
It wasn't very big. It was one building.
I like the curator there.
The curator might be one of the best characters in the film.
He just hates Parzival.
Fuck this one teenager.
But yeah, so this is the moment we meet the soon-to-be love interest, Artemis, who is a famous Twitch streamer, because Twitch is still a thing in the not-so-distant future.
Thank goodness for our Thursday streams.
I know, we're lucky. But yeah, so he goes backwards, and then you've got a really fun scene of him going backwards through what looks like, when you fall under the map in a video game?
Yeah.
It looks like that, and he eventually finds the key, gets the new... Joey, are you okay?
Yeah, I thought I had a cat at my window, but I'm on the second floor.
Spooky.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Parzival completes the challenge, and then he tells the secret of how to do it. Well, Artemis is in the race at the same time and sees him go backwards, so she goes, "I'm going to do that." He also tells his best friend H, and then for some reason tells a random other person called Daito, who then also tells Shoto. And these 5 become the first people to complete the first challenge and become known as the High Five.
The ragtag bunch of friends.
The ragtag bunch of friends who, through fate or otherwise, are now together. We then go to IOI and our good friend Nolan Sorrento. He's
Who is everything you'd want in a movie dickhead.
He's everything you'd want in a movie dickhead. But yeah, so we go to IOI, who have a team of what are known as Sixers, who are trying to cheat and brute force their way to the keys. So this is your massive evil corporation that wants to take over and turn it for profit. Now, he's hired hundreds of people to go into the game itself through VR headsets and try and get in the way. Tim?
He hasn't hired them. They're prisoners. They owe debt, and it's really dumb.
Some of them are prisoners, not all of them.
But it's really dumb that digital crimes result in physical labour.
Well, welcome to the future, baby. He also has a team of holiday experts who just know everything about this man's life and pop culture.
Apart from where to find the Easter eggs, which everyone is looking for.
Yes. Sorrento then decides he's going to target Parzival in the real world. He does this by hiring a bounty hunter in the Oasis called IROC, who might be one of the funniest characters in this film. IROC, through being smart and clever and just a bit of a dickhead, finds out from a bit of stalking who Parzival is in the real world.
Well, Parzival says to Artemis in the middle of a scene, "Hi, I'm Wade, and I also bought this new thing really recently, which the bad guy knows everything about." So they cross-referenced everyone called Wade who bought this new suit, and that was how he found out.
One of them. And then Sorrento decided to
murder his aunt.
blow up the stack that he thought Parzival was in. Now, luckily, Parzival, when he's off to jerk it in the Oasis, goes out to a random camper van in the middle of the boonies. So he was actually safe. As we all do. We then...
But yeah, his aunt and the aunt's new boyfriend, who's just a useless asshole, die. Look, you give me a very expensive suit and I'm fucking your aunt, so fuck off. Don't come back here. Oh,
You
I'm dead now.
Why would anyone buy that suit? Well, if I'm hit with a sword in a video game, I don't want to actually fucking feel it.
Depends what website you go to, Tim.
True.
You know those suits actually exist, Tim.
I love the speed of that 180.
No, but these full haptic suits do exist.
I know.
In
that
our
doesn't
world.
stop them being stupid.
But you know, the idea is that this is the world you want to live in because the real world is shit. So you want to feel everything. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm saying it makes sense. We then go on to try and find the second key, which involves going through a horror-themed challenge based on The Shining. This is one massive... This scene is just an entire... It's everything from The Shining that you know. It's got twins, it's got the elevator of blood, it's got the maze, it's got the axe.
It's got the floating zombie dance hall.
It's got the floating zombie dance hall, which
Classic
we all know
scene.
about. And this is to do with Holiday not taking a chance with Kira, his fancy lady from when he was alive. They figure out. Well, Artemis figures this one out, and the trick is to dance and to basically profess your love to this zombie. That then turns into Holiday and goes, "Here's a key," with another clue. We then go to the third key, which, again, requires players to have a very intimate understanding of Holiday's personal life and his regrets. This one is to do with a game that he never released and the subsequent loss of his friendship with the co-creator of the Oasis, Ogden Morrow. And what it results in is playing a game of 1980s adventure, which is the first game that ever contained an Easter egg. Now, I know what Tim's going to say here. Why didn't anyone think that the game Adventure, the first ever Easter egg, might be relevant in an Easter egg hunt? Oh, no.
I'm
no.
not going to say that. What I'm going
Can you say that now, Tim? Just
Why
so we
didn't
can have-
anyone who play Adventure ahead of the first Easter egg? My big gripe with this, and it's a really dumb gripe, I know. This scene in particular involves a massive battle, right, between a bunch of players in the Oasis and IOI. And the players in the Oasis are using all sorts of avatars. We see the Ninja Turtles, we see Tracer from Overwatch, we see the Iron Giant, we see all sorts of references. But are you really going to tell me that there isn't going to be like a horde of giant-titted anime women and furries? And don't tell me that wouldn't happen because I've played VR Chat, which is basically the Oasis, right? It's not one of them immersion breaking. Sorry, 4 out of 10.
So
Tim didn't want Ready Player One. He wanted Gooning the movie.
Yeah, what do you think the haptic suit's for?
At this point, people have come to the realization that on Planet Doom, there is Castle Anorak, which was the home of the avatar of James Holiday. And on this planet, there is just the one CRTV monitor with an Atari 2600 with all the video games in the world. Now, in the real world, his Sorrento's Holiday experts are going through all these games, are going, try this game, try Frogger, try Cuba, blah, 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 blah. And they've got this long old line of people trying to beat these games. And within a minute, every time, they fall through the ice. And it's just this list of, right, cross that one off the list. Cross that one off the list. And then just one of the random scholars, but very much too late because Parzival's already figured it out. The clue is not to beat the game. The clue is to basically kind of lose the game because the way you get to this Easter egg in Adventure is at the very start of the game you go backwards, basically, to find an invisible pixel There is a key that you then have to take to the starting point of the game, and that is the Easter egg. Ooh, big reveal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But yeah, so
Apes together strong.
there's this big old, as Tim alluded to, there's this big old battle at Castle Anorak between IOI and the just the everyday people of the Oasis. Nolan Sorrento gets to the point where he's realizing, oh shit, I'm going to lose. So he cracks out an ultimate weapon called the Catalyst, which is a world-destroying explosion that kills every single avatar on the planet, including the owner of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So he does this, pops it, everyone zeroes out. Everyone is dead. Except our hero Parzival, because he has a 1-up coin in his pocket.
Extra life that he got in a bet from the curator.
That he got from everyone's favourite character, the curator.
He's only my favourite character because he hates everyone, including Parzival.
He's so sassy
So
and
angry.
British. But yeah, so he pops back to life, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he can do it!" So then he does this whole, he does the Easter egg in adventure while going, blah blah blah. This is why it makes sense, and he succeeds and gets the third key. We then get to the trick. So after getting the third key, he appears in front of Anorak, who is Holiday's avatar, and he's asked to sign a contract to take over the Oasis. And our good friend Parzival is there thinking, wait, not this contract, this pen, none of this is Holiday, and so he rejects it. To which Holiday goes, that's the right answer. Well done, you. I needed to make sure that the person who was taking over the Oasis wasn't just in it for the money and fame.
He does the Willy Wonka maneuver on him, essentially.
He pulls a full Willy Wonka, yeah. And then
wouldn't pull your full Willy on the Oasis.
Sorry, can I just interrupt here? The very start of all of this, Halliday says, if you find the 3 keys, then you'll get a contract and you'll own my $500,000 worth, $500 billion worth of shares. What about that is going to deter people who are just in it for the money?
I don't know. What he wanted to do was make sure that whoever was taking over the Oasis was in it for the right reasons and was, pure of heart and all that guff.
It's a contest entirely incentivized by money. What do you want?
But then we end up in Holiday's childhood bedroom, and he goes, look at this big red button on the wall. This will shut down the server and send a tapeworm virus that will delete every single backup of it.
He'll give everyone a tapeworm.
And then what happens? What does Parzival almost do? He almost presses the button.
Well, he's in a van being chased by the big bad.
Yes.
And they hit the back of him, and he goes, "Whoa!"
And Holiday goes, "Oh, I wouldn't do that on your first day."
It's been a few weeks since I've seen the movie, right? Does he shimmy around at all or lose balance at all while he's in the van chasing while being in Oasis?
Yeah, he's basically suspended from the roof of the van by wires.
So, but if he
That's quite sexy when you say it like that.
So he's not
Joey,
he's not floating. He is on the ground of the van, but the van's getting jostled.
But if they were to turn a sharp corner and he was to just wang into the side of a van,
well, he does do that. That's how he nearly hits the button.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we get to the end, and Wade's won the contest. He's got control of the Oasis. Ogden Morrow, our Holiday's co-creator.
Simon Pegg, we should say.
Simon Pegg, yeah. Simon Pegg without Nick Frost. It's weird, but yeah. So he appears and basically says, the Oasis is yours. Sign this contract. And Wade goes, no, it belongs to all 5 of us. And they all become friends and take over the Oasis together. The end.
Well,
that was
at the end of the
apart from the reveal where they go, just so you know, I, Simon Pegg, was that curator that fucking hated you all along.
Well, at the end of the movie, they're just like, "Oh, we decided it would be important for people to spend time outside of the Oasis too." Yeah, that's a fine moral message, and then they go, "Oh, so the Oasis is completely closed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What if you work particular shifts and the only days you can get on the Oasis are Tuesdays and Thursdays? You have fucked that demographic of people."
You did say it wasn't popular.
It's dumb ending.
So that's the film in a nutshell. So where are we putting Christopher Walken?
He's the Iron Giant for me. Just replace the Iron Giant scene with Christopher Walken and you're good.
Oh my god, it's Mecha Godzilla.
My goddamn arm.
I put it in my ass.
I
That's the
stored
joke
this,
every single time we say
in
Christopher
my
Walken.
ass.
I think Christopher Walken could be King Kong. That'd be
Just in
good.
that one scene.
I would like to see him jumping around the rooftops and eating Akira's bike. I'd like that a lot.
I'd like to see him as Nolan Sorrento.
He would be a good Nolan Sorrento, actually.
Find Wade Watts.
And
Kill him.
then put him in my ass.
Put him in my ass. For your grandfather
It's
to find.
it's not even close to his
No.
voice.
No, not in the slightest. So there is. I think I said it before. I've listened to the audiobook for this film a few times. It's one of my favorite audiobooks. There is a Ready Player 2, but presumably no one's picked up for the second movie. So that's a bit sad, but it is what it is. What did we think of the film? Joey?
Tim? Oh, okay, I'll go first. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun. It's the second time I've watched it. I loved all of the references. The thing I really enjoyed is one of the first big action sequences you get is on Planet Doom, and it's a battle with characters versus Doom characters. And I thought, wow, this is better than that Doom movie we watched not so long ago. Yeah, it's a good film. I mean, it's. I think as far as films go, it's pretty harmless. I still wouldn't say it's a video game movie, but you know, it's okay. That's how I'd say it. It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I wasn't sad to have watched it.
I think it was a pretty flawed movie in that a lot of the stuff wasn't really thought through, for me personally. But I did see a Letterboxd review at the time, and I made a note to write this down, actually, when I watched this movie. Someone on Letterboxd described this film as Funko Pop futurism, and I can't think of a better way to phrase it, because it is just, hey, pop culture icon, but in the movie. And that's fine if that's what you want to go for, but a bunch of references does not a coherent story make.
No, but like I said, the references are definitely backseat to the actual story.
Totally. And I the fact they didn't go, ooh, it's the DeLorean, or ooh, it's the Iron Giant, or ooh, it's Tracer from Overwatch, or whatever. That they didn't highlight there was like a horde of Master Chiefs in the battle scene. Credit to them, they could have very easily gone, ooh, look at this. And they didn't, and that's fine. But I felt like the whole selling point of this movie, outside of, hey, if you like the book, you'll like the movie, is look at these references that are in the movie.
Yeah.
And
I think that's fair.
it doesn't... I want to get into this movie for the story. I can appreciate the member berries along the way, but the member berries do not make a meal. Remember the Iron Giant?
Alex, I'm guessing you thoroughly enjoyed this film.
I think, yeah, and I think a lot of it comes from what Tim just mentioned. Because I liked the book, I enjoyed the movie, which I think is a completely fair assessment of it. If you like pop culture references and sci-fi movies, check it out. If you want a deep, thought-provoking, and coherent story, it's about 50% there.
There's a review here on Letterboxd that says eagle-eyed viewers might be able to spot a pop culture reference or two in this movie.
Very good.
Excellent. Right, well, that was our review of Ready Player One. I forgot the name of the movie. Joey.
That sounded a bit Christopher Walken.
I forgot.
Forgot the name of the movie.
I can do a Christopher Walken impression if I do it accidentally. Joey, next week's episode is yours. What are we doing?
Have we not already said this? It's South of Midnight.
Yeah, we said it on the fucking other episode we recorded.
Oh, yeah, other episode. Oh, we do so many episodes. We're so active.
God.
Tim, what's the next cutscenes?
Oh my god, it's Warcraft and we're trying a different format, so tune in next week for it. Not next week, next time.
Next week, next
Fuck
month.
you.
Next month, whatever.
Oh, my God.
We're trying a different format that two of us in this call are very familiar with.
I mean, you guys are more familiar with it than I am, but I did do it once, and it was an experience.
I believe the word you're looking for is harrowing.
So join us
Right.
then. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
You can be my wingman any day.
Yeah?
There's a pop culture reference for you.
A Bazinga, there's another one.
Alex, what's your pop culture reference to sign off?
Forgotten all pop culture.
Well, we're not ending
Did we
this
not just
until
watch a movie
come
about
on.
pop culture? You've forgotten what pop culture is.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Good
That's
night.
pop
Good
culture,
luck.
is it?
That's good. So I say you can be my wingman any day. Tim
Bazinga.
and Alex,
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
see you in a week's time. Or if you decide never to come back, we
Wouldn't
understand.
blame you. Bye.
Bye.
Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie